baling hay today because the weather changed on us. And we're kind of in a pinch, and when we're in a pinch, the ladies help out. My mother-in-law has driven a tractor many times, and now she's watching the kids. She still does it, but she's watching the kids now, so I can. And I am raking right now, so you can see behind me. I'm trying to keep my windrow straight, but also film at the same time.
Wow, what a busy day. So, that looks kind of shabby the way I'm doing that. But I'm trying to kind of one-man pick up these bales because right now, my mom, is watching the kids. So she's got her hands full. And Katie is in the loader tractor with the rake, and since she's comfortable with that tractor and I don't really want to slow her down just because she's just far enough ahead of the baler right now, don't really want to slow down that progress. So in the meantime, instead of using the loader tractor to grab hay out of the field and then the skid steer to unload it at the barn, I'm just loading up multiple wagons and then getting everything out of the field back up to the farm. I'll move the skid steer back, and then she should be done raking pretty soon. Drop the rake off of the loader tractor, and then that way we can start more of a process, because then I'll have a second driver that can help me with picking hay up out of the field. So yeah, that field that you saw getting raked earlier, it's already baled, it's already picked up. So this is my work in progress, but it's also the way to haul a lot of hay. So we're gonna keep using it. Work in progress and all. At some point you do something even if it's wrong, just to get something done. We have had a very trying day in regards to the operation of the baler. Right now I am baling what we so lovingly refer to as marshmallows, because they are not as tight of a bale. But this is just such beautiful clover that if it ends up raining tomorrow morning like we're probably supposed to get, I would rather have this baled up and stacked up in a barn, again, even if it's wrong, just so then that way it doesn't go to waste. So right now I am doing the last pass. Well, I guess I have one more half lap. But I'm going to do the last pass of the day here in just a minute. I'm leaving a little bit just because this clover had fallen down on itself. And so there's these really long green stems that are still attached to the ground that if the pickup head was all the way down, it would suck them up too into the bales. And I don't want green wads in the bales because, you know, that molds and creates heat and all the bad things you don't want. So yeah, again, Sometimes you just got to do something even if it's wrong, just so then that way you're doing something. Be a farmer, they said. It'll be fun, they said. So I'm literally stuck in the middle of an intersection at night, and I went to downshift so I could climb this hill, and the linkage came apart, and of course I don't have the right tools with me. So I'm on the back side of a blind hill, hoping to goodness that nobody comes over this too quickly, and hopefully tools get here soon. But yeah, what fun, right? Fun. Oh, if you don't laugh, then you cry. And it is now 1:45 and calling it a night. Supposed to possibly start getting rain at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we got most of the hay, well, about half the hay that we had down we got done and put up, and the baler just isn't working, and so we may end up losing some of that hay. So yeah, last thing I ate was at 10 o'clock this morning. I had breakfast, so I'm gonna go eat lunch at midnight and shower, wash like probably 2 pounds of dirt off of me, and call it a night. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share, definitely. Let other people know if you think this is worth watching. So yeah, God bless. So I just wanted to go back and do a little recap of what happened after I finished filming on Monday night. That would have been 5th of July. Clearly it's raining now. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. But I was just editing and I realized I didn't really film anything on Tuesday, which Tuesday was a very different tone and a very different it's a very different day. So we were struggling on Monday with the baler towards the afternoon and evening. The baler just would not make tight bales. And we were chasing electrical problems. We were chasing, trying to figure out why it wasn't compressing the bale chamber with the hydraulic system that it has to make tight bales. Normal, our bales weigh 500, 600 pounds, depending on the material and how long the bales are that we're making, where those marshmallows are about 200 pounds-ish, so there's not nearly as much hay for the same length of bale. So, with that being the case, we were due to get rain, and so I went through and at least got the clover picked up because it was really good feed value. Wanted to save that for the beef cows for this winter. We get through the night. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, realized it hadn't rained at 2. Like, okay, I looked at my phone, looked at the hourly forecast. It was showing like 8 o'clock there was a chance of rain. I said, well, the dew's got to burn off anyways. Can't bale hay before then, so we just got to wait and see. I went through and went and borrowed a friend of mine's round baler and went down to his place, picked it up, brought it back with my truck, and I had left both tractors and wagons full with hay from the night before because I just got stuff picked up and pulled into the barn in case it rained. So I went through, I unloaded one of the wagons so I could hook up that one tractor to the baler, to his round baler, and I went and I was just ready to go bale, and it sprinkled. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and it just barely sprinkled. And we were earlier in the day, it showed that like 2 o'clock there was a good chance of rain. Well, at that in the afternoon, at that point, we had that sprinkle at 11 o'clock, and the rest of the day was supposed to be good all of a sudden. And it rained. Apparently, it dumped about 20 minutes south of us. They got dumped on. And all I can say is, so then we let the little bit of sprinkling burn off, and the hay dried enough where it was safe to bale it again. I started baling with that round baler. I made 14 bales was all. And my dad calls me and says, I finally figured out what's wrong with the square baler. Stop making round bales. I want to make sure that this is it. That this really fixes it. And at that point, it was like a 14-acre field was all that was left. And we were maybe a third of the way into it. So there's only like 8 acres left. So I went ahead and stopped making round bales. I started picking up. He had made some marshmallows the night before, or the afternoon before, trying to figure out, as we were trying to go through and fix it. So there were a bunch of those to pick up, and there were those 14 round bales. Went through, started picking up hay. Dad got that big baler out in the field, and it made bales. And we were done. By 8 o'clock Tuesday evening, we had every bit of hay that we had knocked down, which was like 25, 26 acres. I'd have to go back and actually double check. I was worried Monday night we were going to lose like 14 acres or 13 acres of hay. And God made sure that we lost none of it. That the baler was an easy fix. It was a cheap fix. It got us, so many different things were taken care of on Tuesday morning, and even through like Monday night into Tuesday morning. And it truly was just so... It was a miracle. About the best way I can put it. The weather was a miracle that we were able to get stuff done and get it put up. And actually, the friend that I borrowed his baler, he came up in the afternoon, and he actually drove tractor. So then that way I could load, and he would drive around with the tractor with the wagon, and I was loading. And then when my dad finished baling, he got in the loader tractor, and then I was able to start unloading back at the barn, and we got stuff knocked out. And it was just so cool to see how God put all of that together. And I wanted to, with the way I had finished filming on on Monday night, stuck in the middle of the road with a tractor that wouldn't shift. I'm out there, it's like 10:30 at night. I want to mention this too. My neighbor had just gotten home. I don't know if he was at work or what, but he just came home, and he saw that I was sitting out there. He comes out, holds a flashlight for me, gives me a hand while I was working on it. My mom was able to run up and bring me my tools. And it was just a really, really cool effort seeing different people come together and make sure things got done. And it was such a blessing, and it was just really cool. So yeah, again, God bless. Thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Hoping to get a lot more hay done coming up. We got a lot of hay yet. It's late in the year to be doing it for first cutting at this point. We're, mid-July, but God's in control. We got to trust Him for the weather. There are places out west that have droughts. Right now, we're getting rain, and I'm thankful for it because, without water, things die. So, yeah. Thanks.